Hey,
Official time.
good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and call to order the October 28th Board of Commissioner meeting. Thank you all for being here today. As is our custom here, we'll start with an opening prayer. And we got Pastor Tim Baxter from First Baptist Church. Morning, Tim.
If you'd pray with me, thank you. Father, we just thank you for today. Your word tells us it's your day. We are to rejoice and be glad in it. We know that there's a lot of stuff that goes on in life, a lot of difficult times, Father. And we want to lift up Jamaica this morning and what they're going through and those in that path. Father, we just want to lift up this community, our nation. Lord, you know all, you see all, and we just ask that your hands would be a part of everything, that you would guide our hearts, guide this meeting today, Lord. Your word also tells us that whatever we do, we're to do it for you. And so whatever that may be, whether we're at home, here, the school, the gym, Father, it's to bring glory to you. And so we just ask that our lives would do that, the people would see your light and see your love in us. And we thank you for that. And we thank you for today again. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for being here. And we're going to adjust the agenda. Today we've got to open the highway bids, which is a lengthy process. So we're going to go ahead and move them to number 3, and then we're going to move the YMCA update up to number 1, just so that some of the folks who are here can go ahead and get on with their day. So without any further ado, I'll go ahead and open it up for the YMCA update. I believe we have some of their board members here who would like to update the commissioners on a proposed project that they are looking at. So got Jeff Owens from Tabor Owens. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. Dale, you may have them set up with the PowerPoint, I believe.
We're going to try to get it set up here. Again, my name is Jeff Owens. I'm on the task force, and I'm also owner of Tabor Owens Construction. AJ Miles. Okay. Let me get this set up here real quick. Again, we appreciate you letting us come up here and talk about this project. This thing works. One, two, there we go. Again, our purpose here today is to give everybody an update on what is going on with the Davis County YMCA. But before I really get into it, I want to give a history of the Y. We don't have a whole lot of time here, so we're going to try to be brief, and we can always, if anybody has any questions afterwards or would like to meet, we can get together and have some more conversation. The Davis County YMCA was established in our community in 1946. As you can see in the picture up here, this is the house that it started with in 1946. In 1948, you can barely see in this photo right here, that's where the gymnasium is today. And then in 1976 is when the pool addition was added. And in 2000 is when the fitness center was added with a studio and expanded daycare. So the Y has had a huge impact in our community over the last 60 years. And our community has continued to invest and piecemeal this facility together, and it's made huge impacts. So over the last year, we hired an engineering company called Partner Engineers in Science. They did an assessment on our existing facilities to let us know what is the condition of our facility, what are some major impacts that we're going to see over the next few years, and just to give us a good feel. In that report, you can kind of see in that picture here, these are some of the pictures of the report. Over the next immediate needs over the next year or so, they recommend about $500,000 in repairs. If you think about when we say the newer addition, that was 25 years ago. Mechanical units, the lifespan is roughly 25 years. Those need to start being replaced. There was a huge list of items in there that needed about $500,000 worth of immediate concerns of the existing facilities. Over the next 3 to 5 years, They expect us to be making some renovations of somewhere around $1 million, $1.5 million, just to keep the existing facility in operations. Again, this is a facility that has impacted our community for many years, and it's played its role for our community. Right now, we're to a point where we have some decisions to make as a community. So what we've done, we took that engineering report and we said, hey, let's get some professionals in here, take a look at it. Give us your assessment, what that means, what are our options for the future. And we said, hey, we don't want to be biased on this. Give us your honest opinion. So we had three. So we sent out an RFP to architecture firms who have built and designed multiple Ys, Elevatus, Hafer, Delve. There's so much experience there with YMCAs in architecture there. I'm talking thousands of Ys, not just hundreds. So they all came back with their own analysis of the facility and what are our options to improve for the future. We said, they came back with, renovation, if you truly want to make this a facility, other than just band-aiding what you have and just putting lipstick on a pig, then it would be more, because of the structures and the setup, it's actually would be more expensive to take the space than to build a new one because of the layouts. It's still the same gym from 1946. So then we started asking questions. Okay, so what other stuff? Do we build it in the same location? Do we look at taking it to some other, develop a new location? Give us your assessments. So they went through an assessment of that and said, infrastructure, you already own this land. Obviously, it's going to cost way more to take this facility and take it to another area. You have to buy the land, you have to develop the land, then you got to figure out what you're going to do with this land. There's a lot of, but when it comes down to dollars, dollar-wise, this is the best spot. Another unique thing about this spot is it's located in an area where there's, if I get the words right, it's a tax credit there. It's a grant that's worth about $4.5 million at that location because of the location of that Y. So we went through an analysis and we said, okay, give us what this thing could look like. So here's a rendering Hafer came up with to show the proposed location. Another thing about this location is we can continue to use the existing facility while the new facility is being built. Yes, there's going to be parking issues and it's going to be a little chaotic, but we can continue to come up with a plan to use the existing facility and build the one beside it. So the facility that we're proposing is a 50,000 square foot facility, high level, expanded multi-purpose gymnasium with a walking track, new aquatic center, making this more of a community hub for our community. So the areas of focus for the YMCA, youth development has always been a big portion of our YMCA. Over 919 youth have participated in the sport programs over the last year. 145 kids have used the after-school and daycare programs. Healthy living, there's been over 1,200 people to use our exercise classes. And some things that I'm really proud of, 110 seniors, people ages over 60, have received subsidized memberships through supplemental programs. We have a social responsibility at the Y and in the community. It's a great place for volunteers. There was over 2,000 hours of volunteer work pouring into our youth, pouring into our seniors, pouring into our community through this facility. This is the existing facility. Over 225 families have received reduced memberships, subsidies to not turn anybody away for their inability to pay. AJ?
AJ Miles, Burkhardt Insurance here in Washington, and I'm also a proud board member of the YMCA. And a couple topics that I wanted to hit on that are very near and dear to me. This is something that we wanted to kind of change the mindset, that this is not just a swim and gym, if you will, that there is so much more that we can be offering, that we want to offer, and let's be honest, as a community, we deserve. Okay, so when my family and I moved here about 4 years ago, this is an area that we really looked at. Critical community need, obviously daycare, elementary, after school care. I can't stress that enough. I know there's one, maybe two licensed daycares in the city. I'm sure there are more outside, but huge need for us here, as well as elementary after school care. I have two daughters that are currently in that, and I love it. Went in there and to pick them up yesterday, and they're painting, and they just love it. They ask to actually go more than what they do, and that's a shocker to me, but I'm obviously not against that. So, the school right now has a pre-K / daycare, but it's a lottery, just because of the space that they have. So obviously, increasing our space, our facility allows us to partner with the school and be more of a community partner, community need on that. Multi-purpose spaces, this was really big, as we wanted to change our mindset and the community's mindset of the YMCA. So how can we be more of a community partner? So, we made sure that we had different spaces in there for, that could be used for whatever it may be. So many people go out of the county for reception space. It could be professional classes. It could be programs. Alan said it earlier, education and infrastructure. How can we use those spaces to offer different classes? Right now, the YMCA teaches bilingual classes and different things like that. So how can we utilize that? How can we grow that? There's tons of grants out there that pay for that, but again, that's great if you have the space for it. So this is going to be, what we're proposing is going to be meeting all those needs. So again, just our three cores, body, mind, and spirit. So that's what we are, and that's what we want to be. And with this new facility, that's where we're going to go with that. So, but just being more of a community partner is essentially what we want to do and help with that. So.
Again, Davis County has made the Y has made a huge impact on Davis County, and just thinking about some numbers, currently 2,100 roughly members have used our facility almost 57,000 times. Almost 15,000 of people have utilized our aquatic center and other types of exercise classes. But again, this is not just a gym and swim. This is a community hub for our community. And the biggest thing here is we have to have community spaces that we are using for whatever need of the community. So what does this project cost? That's a question here. The cost of this project is roughly a $25 million project. And this, not to get into the details, but we kind of created this quick. We took a rough rendering and plan that we had and said, okay, if we were going to label different areas, what areas and just rough dollars would be to those areas, and it's really well balanced. Youth development spaces, you got multi-purpose studios, and the biggest thing is we have to be multi-purpose. We have to be multi-purpose. We have to be flexible for the future. STEM areas, kid zone areas, child watch, a gymnasium, not just a basketball court, but like a field house situation with multiple courts, walking track, can be divided up, could be rented out to the community, could be a space we could use as a convention center. It's those shared spaces that we're talking about. This is truly a community facility. Obviously, healthy living. You're talking about, we talked about the exercise areas, studios, teaching kitchens, cycling studios, you name it, it can be very diverse. The swimming pool area, recreation swimming, water exercise. Princeton just built a new Y in one of their biggest impacts to their community was the senior aquatics classes. They're sold out constantly because our pool has a tough entry, not the right water elevations, but we have to get facilities that are ready to run the programs that we need, not create programs for these facilities that we have. Building community is probably one of the biggest impacts of the YMCA that we have. It's a community. It is not a gym. It is not a gym and swim. Yes, it has some of those attributes, but it's about community development is what this facility is about. So we looked at the areas of, lobbies, common areas, restrooms, locker rooms, all the types of areas for common use is in there also. Now the breakdown of this project, how do we fund this project is probably on everybody's mind. So we gave a quick breakdown of what we're thinking and how we're going to fund this project. We already have a $5 million private lead gift right now. And I mentioned before about the new market tax credit is worth about $4.5 million. We feel very confident through Lilly. We're already having conversations. I think this number is low. $2.5 million from grants from Lilly and other organizations like that. We feel very confident that's probably more. We're going to do a capital campaign of an additional $4 or $5 million from other people in the community. Public funding that we're seeking for this project is $8 million. That's 32% of the project. And we look at this compared to other communities. Princeton just did their new facility of, it's roughly 20 to 25 million, and 70% of that facility was funded by city and county. 8-point-some million dollars of that was TIF money from Toyota. Toyota was a huge advocate for this facility because the quality of life and for their employees and to retain employees and to draw people into the community. They need community hubs. We need community hubs. So Jasper is also doing a new build, and theirs is double this size, naturally. It's a $50 to $60 million project, and again, right now they're forecasting probably 60 to 70% is by private, or not private, by public funds. So I feel like we have a very, very great start on this project. This is more funded outside of the public funds compared to other facilities of this caliber. So again, we thank you all for giving us a chance to present to you guys. We would greatly appreciate your support. And from the county, what we'd be looking for is a $5 million contribution to this facility. We are asking you guys to invest in our community like the YMCA has invested in our community for the past 60 years. We need to ensure that we have the facility and community centers that our people need to make this place a better place. We need a place like me and Alan were talking about where our kids want to come back to, that they're going to invest, that we are willing to invest in our community so we can get our kids and grandkids back here. It's important. So again, Shannon Dalton with GPC would like to come up and say a few words about this project. But thank you all for your time.
Thank you. Thanks. Morning, Shannon.
Here, if I slide this out.
Yeah.
So good morning, everyone. As mentioned, my name's Shannon Dalton. I'm the plant manager at GPC here in Washington. So on behalf of GPC, I'm requesting that GPC TIF district be kept in place and ask for your support in allocating a significant portion of that revenue towards the Daviess County YMCA initiative project. As mentioned by these gentlemen, this investment is an excellent fit for our community. GPC and Kent Worldwide have both been long-time supporters of the YMCA, both Muscatine and Daviess counties. We see the Y's core values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility as being closely aligned with ours. As a major local employer, GPC believes that community assets like the YMCA are essential. I mean, a have seen that firsthand, trying to hire folks and retain them here in the community. They help attract talent to work and live in the county and provide a valuable resource for our existing employees. Speaking from my personal experience as a former board member, I've seen the powerful impact of the YMCA in engaging both youth and the wider community. Various programs that have benefited countless young people and a strong scholarship program makes the Y accessible to almost anyone. Those scholarships and most of the programs offered by the Y are subsidized by membership dollars. A revitalized facility would grow our membership and allow the Y to expand its positive reach. So while using TIF revenue for this type of project may not be typical, we are confident supporting the YMCA benefits both public health and economic well-being. GPC appreciates the commissioners considering our request. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon and Jeff and AJ, for your countless hours you put into this project, and for the great presentation this morning. Appreciate that. So, Commissioners, any questions for the YMCA folks while they're here?
No, great presentation. Thanks, guys. My boys through the Y, probably their first being on a team sports. I've worked out there in the years past anyway, not lately anyway, but great organization. Just want the community to think about this, and your thoughts or anything want to come to me as a commissioner. My information's all online. Please reach out to me and let me know your thoughts on this.
Yeah, so just a few things. It's my understanding Jasper actually put theirs on hold as of right now because of SB1. They're trying to figure out what that's all going to happen and how money can be allocated. I think the project and for the community, the Y is incredible. I really do. I think they work really hard, offer a great service. My only concern would be is that same concern that you guys were saying of just that idea of it's gym and swim, I think is how you guys put it, right? Because that's what it seems like, right? From the outside, of course, you dive in, you might find a little more on that. And then where are we going to find the money, right, for that? That's the thing. And then how can we do it legally, right? Nobody wants to do anything illegally. Nobody wants to do that. And nobody likes to say no, for sure. That would be my only concern. But as far as a new Y, would love to have that in our community. Absolutely, 100%.
And it does seem like this new is more than the gym and swim. I mean, it seems
Sure.
like more of a community center, you know.
And we can have those plans and ideas, and then we've got to execute, and then we got to get people to use it, right? Like that's the hardest thing, right? Is to get people around to do that. So that's where I stand. Is hey, we just got to figure out. Do we have the money? Where can we get it from? Is it right to get it from that? We're talking about TIF dollars. Is it the biggest need that we have to use for TIF? Is this actually going to directly impact economically the GPC TIF district? Which, by the way, on GPC, 100% love the fact that you guys chose Daviess County years ago and have done a phenomenal job in our community, always giving, being incredible community partners for that. TIF was tax incremental finance. It was set up so that when you brought in a business, they could build out that infrastructure around that area. So that way, whenever it expired, because you're collecting those tax dollars inside of that, when it expired, that actually increased taxes, right, as far as those places start paying into the general tax after that expired. And then we were able to start recouping that part of it, right? And so that's what I keep going back to and trying to focus on is the Y a great project? Because that's 100% yes. 100% yes. Is TIF the right direction for that, for the purpose that TIF was set in place? Mm-hmm. Counties across the state have been misusing TIF for years. State Board of Accounts supposedly is cracking down on that. And I don't want to put us in a position that we get cracked down on. So Bass State Board of Accounts, I think we're supposed to be getting a legal opinion on that. And if they say yes, then that to me makes, what they said, yes, we can use those dollars for that. So just trying to make sure we're not going to put us in a bad spot to get hurt from using that. And I think that's part of our jobs, right? That's what we do. So.
Sure.
But great presentation, great legwork, great work, and an incredible project. That is a good thing for our community.
That's great. Thank you for the comments. And yeah, amount of work, legwork has got into this behind the scenes. Being a commissioner for 11 years, and stepping into what I stepped into 11 years ago. I'm proud to say that Daviess County now has a reputation of doing things the right way. We are, I think, the hallmark in Indianapolis of how counties should be ran. And so just with the end in mind, I personally had reached out to a number of other communities. I met with the Jasper mayor probably about 2 months ago. They're pausing their project because of value engineering. Obviously, they're pretty aggressive there. A 90,000 square foot building was a little excessive, and they're having quite a bit of fundraising capabilities, and this was all after SB1. SB1's done a great thing as far as making us watch every dollar we spend,
Right.
which is extremely important. So with the end in mind, I knew we had different funding options. At the end of the day, I don't want to speak on behalf of the Y. They don't care which fund you take it out of, right?
Right.
But I thought with the end in mind, I wanted to have all the information needed. So with TIF, I've reached out to GPC because it is the GPC TIF district. Anything we do needs to directly or indirectly benefit that district, and not relitigating the past, but this may have been the first time they've actually been involved in a TIF district decision, which is progress. So clearly, if this thing did move forward, part of the next phase would be the due diligence. Any funds that we use obviously has to be a legal use. In the state statute, there's a number of different uses for TIF. I don't agree with all of them, but they are legally able to, but we don't have to use them for that. Number 11 is recreational facilities. So again, it does not mean we're going to use TIF. That's a decision that the RDC would make. And in theory, I'm assuming the commissioners could veto in a variety of ways. So we do want to be methodical. If the county decides to participate, we clearly have to be methodical. As the president of the board, and Mike, you'll be in the position next year, you sign all the claims. 40% of all of our budgets for the judicial system. If we would all straighten up, we could lower taxes 40%. And I'm looking at everybody, including the Gabharts in the back row back there. But anything we can do for the youth in our community and get them started. And that's why my wife and I have invested in youth programs, and there's been a number of youth programs we've invested in. If we can get the youth stuff to do, they cause less problems, and they become better people. They become better taxpayers. They become just better people, which is what we're supposed to do. So I think that's extremely important to do that. So as regarding the funding, obviously the YMCA task force has a lot of work to do. So this was the first step, and then the city would be obviously the second step. But as far as the next steps go, it would go to the RDC for their consideration, and then ultimately it would be their decision on if we fund this project. And then and I say RDC, the commissioners are 3 of the 5 members of the RDC. So ultimately the Board of Commissioners would have to be on board. So it's definitely a project that clearly I'm near and dear to. Like I've told all the folks I've talked with, as long as they're basing their decision off of facts and not hearsay or fear or what could happen, I'm okay with your decision. But the fear of failure or the fear of retribution is just going to paralyze our communities. And clearly we don't want to do anything illegal or unstatutorily, and we would never do that. But with the commons and with some of the developments we have going on in this community, I get frustrated when TrueScript's team members fly in every other week and they want to stay in Jasper. And I got empty Airbnbs on Main Street, but there's more stuff to do. And I'm not trying to be Jasper. I'm not trying to be anybody. I just want to be the best version that we can. And I think we have a very unique opportunity that we may not have again with the YMCA project. So the point of this meeting was to get this publicized so that we could hear feedback. We do have the Davies County Comprehensive Plan that we're referring to this morning at the highway meeting, where hundreds, if not thousands of hours worth of work goes into this plan. Dozens of community meetings are had. Hundreds of people come out of their home and take the effort to go to these meetings and put their blue stickers or their red stickers on whatever. And then it comes out to this plan and we never look at it. Instead, it's whatever coffee shop or Facebook thread we're on. That's the public.
By the way, we love coffee shops.
That's the public sentiment we're getting. And that's not unimportant, but when people take the effort, and the number one item is youth activities that people want in Davies County. And I don't care if it's the YMCA, but we've got to start investing in the youth in this community. Otherwise, who are we going to become? So,
And I 100% echo that, by the way. You know I do, because of what I do, and every day. We have definitely some challenges in Davies County with infrastructure. We have challenges with EMS. Our hospital is making changes and working hard for our community. All the staff and the nurses there are really working hard, and doctors. Davies County is an incredible place to live, and I think everybody here just wants to get better than even what we were yesterday, right? And so just to make clear, 100% love the project. Just want to make sure where the funding is. Also, is it a top priority? I think youth has to be a top priority. Education, things for them to do, for sure. And I think infrastructure has to be looked at, and we are, and trying to figure that out. So, and again, credit to GPC for doing what you guys have done for years, and using that TIF well to build infrastructure out there, to build roads, to do those things, and to add on and bring employment opportunities for our people. So.
Excellent. Again, thank you for the YMCA board to be here. We invited a lot of the councilmen too, just so we can all hear the same thing at the same time. So appreciate that. And just so you know the protocol, if you'd like to get up and leave, because I know you guys all have other lives, it's not rude or uncourteous. If anyone can leave at any time. All right.
We do have highway bids coming up.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, it's going to get real boring real quick. No offense to the highway vendors in here. Okay. If there's no other comments, we'll go ahead and move on. Thank you. Okay, next up, we got the meeting minutes from the October 14th meeting. Are there any changes or revisions?
No, they all look good.
Okay, if there is none, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor?
Aye.
A motion passes 3-0. Next up, got the highway meeting. Morning, Chris. I want to ask Vanna over here to come and be my assistant. You want us? Yeah, we can take those if you would.
How many hats does he wear? Huh?
Yeah.
You know,
Good
white
luck.
now.
I was gonna sort through them, and I didn't want to sort through them while they were doing presentations.
If you want to go ahead and give the highway meeting project updates, Chris, we'll get this coordinated over here.
You want me to start with the?
Not the bids.
Just our meeting, yeah, your
Okay.
And
normal
with the
agenda,
bids.
yeah.
So we're applying for a CCMG grant, up to, it's $1 million. With the Senate Bill 1, they've changed a lot of stipulations on the CCMG grants, but we are still applying for one. I've sent the, request for grant application to you guys in your packets, and, one thing that they're requiring, which we've done it earlier in the year, I think we've done it in February, single signature to be able to sign the contracts for the CCMG grants to keep them flowing. But they're wanting us to submit it in a different way this time. So instead of just saying, I think when we did it, we said that the highway department supervisor, which was my name, was able to sign DocuSign. So I wanted to redo it and not say DocuSign agreements with NDOT, but say for the CCMG grant applications that I would be allowed to sign that to keep that flowing. And again, I'm not going to be signing anything that you guys didn't already agree for us to pursue, but just the way the documents get sent, to be able to sign that. So I had a paper here that I wrote up, and it's got today's date, and it just says, in reference to Community Crossings matching grant information, the Davis County Board of Commissioners are giving the Highway Superintendent, Chris Winkler, the signing authority to submit and sign contract agreements as needed by NDOT. And it's got the 3 commissioners' name on there and a place for the auditor to sign if you guys would think that would be appropriate.
Sounds good. Any questions?
Nope. No.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 3-0.
Okay, and then another portion of this, I'll bring the paper up to you, or it was in your packet there. So the amount requested is basically $1.4 million. And the matching portion for the LPA, which is us, is $278,000 that we would pay out of our match monies if we get awarded this grant. And the grant was to overlay some roadways, Portersville Road, which is 1125 east from 700 south all the way to the DuBois County line. And then it was to overlay 950 south from 1125 east to the Martin County line. So that's one project in itself to pave that and stripe it. And then the other project is to do 700 east from County Road 1000 north to State Road 58. So them are the 2 projects that we're proposing to apply the grant for. Nothing different than we've already done. Long stretches of roadway that connects highway to highway and major infrastructures or major thoroughfares for the traveling public to get from point A to point B. And the highway department ourselves, we try to not tackle a 10-mile stretch of roadway. If we do that, then that's the only thing we're going to tackle that year. So we try to do smaller stretches and spread it out a little bit through the community.
Sure. Commissioners, any questions?
Nope.
Okay, if not, I'd entertain a motion to sign the single signature grant for the CCMG.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passes 3-0.
One's for signing that one.
Thanks, Chris.
The one is the financial commitment letter stating that we agree to pay our match if awarded the grant. The percentages aren't real high, so don't get your hopes up, but we talked about that, the way that
We
they
have
changed it.
100% faith that you'll get it.
Yeah, that makes one of us. And I think that's all I really was gonna bring up in this meeting because I knew we were opening bids. So I thought
Okay.
I'd pick another meeting to
Okay.
give some updates on other stuff.
All right, well, we'll jump
Thank
right
you.
to the bids. It's probably gonna be the most efficient bid opening process we've had in 11 years now that we got the attorneys out of the way. So bear with us. We'll open the bids, and what we'll do is obviously there'll be a 2-step process. The attorneys, Grant will look through all of the documents to make sure the bonds are in order. This is my 11th time, and we've never not had it in there. And then we typically take these under advisement, and then for further review.
The first bid is from Rejuve Tech.
So from Rejuve Tech, rejuvenating fog seal, $1.20 a square yard, and that is the only thing that they are bidding on. That is for application, the product and the application of the product.
Civil supply.
Civil supply, so they got all their documentation. What I typically do is they're bidding on culverts and other drainage. So I will go through here and read a couple of the culverts prices. So ASHTO 12 by 12, 12-inch wall, solid. See what this is. This is a little different. HDPE pipe, 12-inch by 20 foot is $7 a foot. Inch, 24-inch is $22.55 a foot. And we will go to 60-inch is $119.94 a foot.
Third is for Rogers Group.
The Rogers Group is bidding on aggregate and stone.
And while you're looking at that, we did have a couple of questions through this cycle, wanting to break some of our bids down and bid on a component of a bid. And the bids weren't set up that way this year. So for instance, like just hauling stone wasn't something we bid it out. It's stone and transportation combined. So just for clarification on why we were not able to allow that, it was not something that we had advertised. And as we discussed it, logistically trying to coordinate transportation and the purchase, that's two-step system now. It was just more seamless to keep it the way.
It'd been a few years. We had done that in the past, is that correct? Are you for sure?
Probably over 20 years ago.
Not in my tenure, yeah.
Okay, that's what I understood. It'd been like over 20 years ago whenever we might have did that
Okay,
before.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So on commercial stone, number 5, FOB. So number 5 stone is $7.80 a ton. Number 53s. Don't have a price on the commercial. We'll do 7s, 5s and 7s commercial. 7s are $8.32. And when you go to NDOT stone, it'll be 4s. No, what do they got here? So they got number 5s, $12.85. Number 11s, $14 a ton. 53s, $9.50 a ton. 73s is $9.50 a ton. That's FOB. Delivered to the stockpile, so the freight rate on these, we'll just basically do the one to the yard is $15 a ton to stockpile, which is our township. We're asking, sorry, it's $10.15 to Bar Township. The other ones are all $15 a ton.
The fourth bid is from J. Kemp Incorporated.
Okay, J. Kemp is bidding HDPE pipe as well and tiling operations conducted in the county. So 12-inch N12 is $6.38 a foot. 24-inch N12 is $19.28 a foot. 60-inch N12 is $98.08 a foot. Tiling installed with the trencher is $2.59 a foot, and the 6-inch tile, slotted tile, is $1.43 a foot.
25th is Civilcon.
Civilcon is
Who is that?
pipes, Civilcon.
Silicon?
So their HDPE pipe as well, 12 inches, 676 a foot, 24 inches, 2139 a foot, and 60 inch is 117.46 a foot. They also build steel culverts.
You're looking for Culvers?
So steel corrugated steel pipe is round will do 14 gauge, 12 inch is 1875 a foot, 24 inch is 3750 a foot, and 48 inch is $75 a foot. We'll also do 12 gauge, 60 inch is 126.56 a foot. And when we get done, if anybody wants to ask any specifics, we can tell you.
The next one's Great Lakes Chloride.
Okay, so they're gonna bid calcium chloride out. Liquid calcium chloride, 32%, $1.72 a gallon. Liquid calcium, 42% is $1.97 a gallon. I think that's all we're.
The next would be from Marketing Matters.
Okay, so this steel pipe, 16 gauge, 12 inch, galvanized, 1534 a foot, 24 inch, 2916 a foot, 48 inches, 5832 a foot, and 60 inch, 12 gauge is 124.32 a foot. I should have did 14 gauges. I did the last one, so 14 gauges, 12 inches, 1838 a foot, 24 inches, 3678 a foot, and 48 inches, 7355 a foot. And it's like they're N12 plastic pipe. So they're 12 inch dual Y ASHTO, 715 a foot, 24 inches, 2301 a foot, 60 inch, 122.34 a foot. And there's truckload specifications that you have to get to be able to get prices. I'm not gonna go into all that unless somebody asks it. Some companies you can buy 2 or 3 pieces of pipe, and some companies you gotta get a whole truckload, which is usually like $9,000 worth of stuff to get one pipe. So we do take that into effect into account when we order our pipe.
All right, what we got?
The next one is a Safety Klein Systems. I don't see a bid bond.
There's not a bid bond.
I don't see it. Unless I'm overlooking.
I don't see it. We'll read this, but again, it would be required to have a bid bond to be accepted when we get that point. 10W30, this is for lubricating oil, grease, antifreeze. 10W30's $9 a gallon. antifreeze, $5.93 a gallon. Multi-purpose grease is $135 for a 5-gallon bucket.
The next is US Aggregates.
Okay, they're bidding commercial stone, 5s. FOB is $9.80 a ton. 7s, FOB is $12.60 a ton. They do have commercial 53s at $8.75 a ton. Commercial 73s at $11.30 a ton.
What was the 53s again? I'm sorry.
The commercial is $8.75 a ton. And then the NDOT stone, we did 5s on that, is $13.40 a ton. 11s is $21.60 a ton, and commercial 53s are $11.30 a ton.
The next is JJ Concrete.
So they're gonna bid some flowable fill cement and some precast reinforced concrete boxes. So their flowable fill NDOT is 101 per cubic yard. How to read this one here. Class A concrete, 4,000 PSI is 149 cubic yard. 3,000 Class B is 143 a cubic yard. We'll do a couple precast boxes. So we'll do a 10-foot by 6-foot. Is 803, 44 foot. And we will do a 16 by 8. Is $1,414.27 a foot. They've got a bridge and engineering package in here. Price includes steel beams, concrete deck, engineering fees, no footers, no abutment walls, no guardrails. This is a little new to bid this, but the width is 24 foot, span is 20 foot, $4,861.45 per lineal foot. So they do that, have that in the bid, which we'll look at it.
The next is Milestone.
Just halfway there, so we're all right.
We're getting close. Are you guys glad I didn't say anything else?
I'm
Just,
very glad.
just what I had to. Okay, they're bidding asphalt emulsion products. We will do their mainline paving, number 9 surface, $104 a ton. Mainline paving, number 5 base, $106 a ton. The AET, tack oil in place is $6 a gallon. The FOB, number 5 base, $67 a ton. The FOB, number 11 surface, $70 a ton.
Yeah.
The 12.5 millimeter binder, $70 a ton.
And just so anyone at home or in the audience is wondering, I used to write all this stuff down, but he summarizes all this in a table afterwards and then regurgitates it back to us. So if it looks like I'm just sitting here doing nothing, you're right. But we will be reviewing the data when he breaks it down. So yeah, good point.
Yeah.
These two guys are writing everything down.
He's
I'm just-
laughing
I
at
was
us.
just
He's
joking
like,
with him. I
"You
said, "You're not
guys."
writing nothing down."
But I started to, then I realized, oh yeah,
Call Jen, she'll have it.
he summarized it.
I think that's the only thing that they've got there.
The next is EMB paving.
So that's asphalt and emulsions and paving stuff as well. So mainline paving, number 9 surface, $100 a ton. Mainline paving, number 5 base, $93.50 a ton. AET tack oil in place, $4.75 a gallon. FOB, number 5 base, $66 a ton. Number 11 surface, $75.50 a ton. What binder I read. Number 9 binder, $71 a ton. Number 11 binder, 9.5 millimeters, is $75.50 a ton.
Bessler Enterprises.
So they would be doing oils and grease. 10W30, $13 a gallon. Antifreeze, $7.32 a gallon. And multi-purpose grease is $4.01 per pound.
Asphalt materials.
Asphalt materials, asphalt emulsions. So SS1H tack oil, $2.62 a gallon. AE90S, $2.92 a gallon. AEPL Prime, $2.62 a gallon. PG Binder, $64.22, $685 a ton. PG Binder 7622 is $829.50 a ton. You have FOB prices, AE90S, $2.80 a gallon FOB. AEPL Prime is $2.50 a gallon FOB. SS1H is $2.50 a gallon FOB.
Evergreen Roadworks.
Rejuvenating fog seal, $1.38 a square yard. Restorative seal is $1.12 a square yard. I think that's probably the only thing that they're bidding on.
Jones and Sons.
Class A concrete, 4,000 PSI, $156 a cubic yard. Class B, 3,000 PSI, 146 a cubic yard. Flowable fill, 3,100, $128 per cubic yard. I don't think they have any precast on there. No.
Cave Quarries,
Who's this?
Cave Quarries.
Stone and gravel. Commercial stone, number 5. FOB is $9.50. Sevens, number 7 is $10. 53s, $8.75. 73s is $10. NDOT stone, number 5 is $9.50. Number 53s is $10. 73s is $11.25. That's all FOB. Delivery charge. Delivered to Stockpile, Bar Townships, $11.90 ton.
Car paving,
Asphalt emulsions products. Mainline paving, number 9 surface, $110 a ton. Number 5 base, $108 a ton. AE tack oil, $5.80 a gallon. FOB, number 5 base, $72 a ton. Number 11 surface is $80 a ton. Number 9 binder, 12.5 millimeters, $77 a ton. Number 11 is $79 a ton. I think that's all they're bidding on.
You know, we joke and laugh, but it is incredible that we have that many bids and people wanting to work with us. Kind of a testament to how we do things. And so I appreciate everybody who put in a bid.
Yep, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to take these under advisement.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Yeah, thanks again to everyone for the time and energy to submit those bids. We'll review and then be making a decision late November meeting or early December. Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Chris.
Next up, we've got the Recorder's Office. Rosetta, good morning. How are you?
Good.
I'm just here to go over both of the quotes that I had sent to you. And I think just looking over everything, the one through Indus is probably going to be the best one. And so they're from out of Wisconsin. They're the ones that actually manufacture the scanner. And I've heard good things on it. And
Can you
on
kind of
that
just
company.
quickly, how do you guys use the scanner? What's your purpose?
So right now, well, for the past 10 years, that's about how old our scanner is, the one that we have right now. We have been scanning in all of the old books in the back. So we've gotten through at least 70 years worth of deed records now to do a search. And so we're starting on the miscellaneous books. And so we've been doing really, really well in the last few years.
And on that note, a few years ago, I can't remember which office it was, because right now we have all these books and we got to store all these books forever. So they got a bid to have a company come in and scan the books in, and it was over $1 million to come in and scan all these in. So slowly but surely they're making progress.
And the scanner that we have, or that we've had for almost 10 years, has been used by different offices. So, you know, we've purchased it through our office, but the auditors used it, clerks used it, so it's been good.
I'm sure in 10 years, the technology is a lot better on the new one.
It's gotten good use. Yeah, it's gotten really good use. And so Dale was up in the office yesterday, and the PC that we have is not going to be capable of handling. Yeah. So he's going to take care of that.
Okay.
And would be able to order something for us too.
Great. And you've got the money in your budget, obviously, for that.
Yes, it'll come out of the recorder perpetuation, yes.
Okay, because it looks like it's around $26,000 for the scanner, $1,850 for the on-site site installation and training, $3,250 for the annual maintenance and service contract,
Yes.
and $550 for shipping. What's that? And $1,500 for the PC. So,
Sounds great. Yeah.
okay. Any questions? If there's no questions, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thanks,
thank you
Rosetta.
very much.
Thanks, Rosetta.
Thanks.
Next up, got Bob Gruey with the Economic Development Corp. Morning, Bob.
Morning, everyone. Big agenda today.
Yes.
Got a written report for you to keep, and you know, as always, circle back with me if you have any particular questions about any of the items. I wanted to touch on a few. There on the business attraction, the front page, we're working with CSX to look at a site certification for one of the sites opposite Technology Drive, where the Shell building is. Seems to be a great, potentially rail-served site. The notion of having a select site designation with CSX is that it becomes part of their sort of official portfolio of rail-served sites, and it'll be marketed and promoted. So it's advantageous for us to.
Who owns that now?
Tom Boyd.
Okay.
Tom owns basically everything sort of around the Shell building, north and east. Related to rail, CSX, we're working with them to host a quick half an hour briefing on rail and economic development. I think the EDC went through some projects maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and there was maybe some confusion about rail service and fees and whatnot, so we want to take time to talk about that. Also, the next one about utilizing a return on investment model. I finally became aware of a great resource that Indiana Municipal Power Agency, which wholesales power to the city of Washington, has a great little model of how to input economic development investment and looking at return on investment. So I got schooled last week with the developer of the model and sat down and got a much fuller appreciation. I think when maybe there might be time, we might host another briefing on that where folks can join and kind of follow along how this works.
Please, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think we have the deadline by the end of the year to have WTech and M&C Tech
Yeah.
measured with
And I
that.
think with the training, yeah.
Can you, just real quick, and I don't want to throw you a curveball, but just a few things that they are actually using metric-wise to measure that. Don't give all of it, just a few.
Yeah, well, it's you know, property taxes, jobs, wages, and then the other dynamic in there is the induced economic activity that's realized as sort of people call it the multiplier effect or what have you. And so those are the drivers.
Okay.
Yeah, when Bryant was in your position, I told him I'll buy the AV, because I'm kind of simple-minded sometimes, and the property taxes and the income taxes, okay, those are black and
Yeah.
white. So let's just start there.
Right.
How much are we giving in, or how much are we getting in? And let's measure it just with those two metrics, which would, in my opinion, will be a great start.
Yeah.
And then once we're all on board on those two metrics, which are measurable, then this downstream impact I can subscribe to it because just like TrueScripts, we have 100 employees that are in Davies County. They make 100 grand. They're spending that money on hamburgers and all, which, so there's that downstream, which is nice to know, but right now, I would just, and I'm not expecting a 1-to-1 conversion on the income and the property tax, but is it 10 cents on the dollar or is it 20 cents on the dollar?
Yeah, it's all,
So that's gonna be, we're excited to see that.
yeah. And the great thing is you can turn on, turn off the induced activity.
And
So
by
you see
induced,
it-
that's what he's talking about, right? That's what you mean by that.
Which is a real thing that
Correct.
we have to be cognizant of, but let's look at the uninduced,
Sure.
if you will.
Sure, yeah, black and white.
That'd be
Very
great.
good.
Thank you. Thanks.
Perfect. The Shell building, you know, we continue to see equipment delivered and installed. We hope that we'll be having an event soon to give that company a welcome here to the community.
Do they have any idea of a date that they're gonna start operation?
I don't know, there's a lot of grand plans, and the building is literally full of equipment, so production will start soon, I hope, and we do something in advance of that. It's been a long runway.
Yeah. How many initial jobs are they gonna offer?
Well, I think total they talked about 50 and then maybe up to 70.
So starting at about 50?
Kind of a related analysis, sort of the second from the bottom there. Continued to work with Indiana University and student projects, asked them about looking at metrics for the county, and so they've envisioned a project whereby they could do a dashboard and look at key indicators from all things that we might want to look at to understand the health and well-being of our economy in our county, and compare that against peer counties in Indiana. So it's just another thing that'll be food for thought in terms of metrics and how we're doing. I'm turning the page, business retention expansion, second bullet. We attempted the best we could to coordinate with Work One when Purdue Farms had their layoff event. We wanted to make sure they were doing all they can, and they have a prescribed rapid response rollout when there's a layoff event like this. They hosted a number of job fairs, tried to engage those affected employees to make them aware of all the resources and opportunities they could take advantage of. Frankly, no one really has any data on what became of those individuals. If they found jobs locally, regionally, maybe moved. We have some anecdotal comments, but nothing to hang our hat on. But
Was one of those job fairs, was that one at Holiday Inn, do you know?
yes.
Okay, yeah, I did see, and there was quite a few people there.
Okay.
Standing outside, probably a break or something, but there was quite a few.
Yeah, on a relatively short notice, Work One really did all they could to help.
Good.
Related, or not related, the second one down, I just wanted to mention that we hosted this Trusted Advisors event September 4 with attorneys, lenders, accountants, and went over pretty well. We hope to get more participation, but the notion there is that, we know about a lot of business development ideas. We want to try to create more awareness with the people that engage businesses every day, those professionals. Hosting a business succession planning workshop on the 12th of November. Virtual, 10 and 3 p.m. This is sort of a pilot project. I think we're going to want to do more of this as, frankly, the boomers retire and people are aging out of their businesses. It's really helpful to give them tools to have a succession plan and not simply put it up for sale one day. It's not what you want to do. And also working on rebooting our revolving loan fund. And I'm turning to 3 of 6. We've got an agreement in the works to transfer possession of the airport hangar that the foundation built to the airport. That'll allow them to start leasing the hangar and realizing revenue. Under workforce development, Jill continues to host her HR roundtable events monthly. And we hosted an event with Purdue's Manufacturing Extension Partnership on AI for spreadsheets, artificial intelligence, and digital literacy. We weren't sure what the take would be on that. People really enjoyed those very forward-looking workshops, particularly the AI for spreadsheets. People kind of came out with their hair on fire with, all these ideas of how artificial intelligence can make their world more productive. And
The HR roundtable, how well is that attended? Like,
it
how
ebbs
many
and
people?
flows, it seems. You know, sometimes it's the speaker, sometimes it's date.
What's the average, you think?
Yeah, I don't know, is it 10 folks, give or take?
Yeah, I think as we move on, like we get this data, I think it'll be important for the commissioners to kind of regurgitate it and say, look,
Yeah.
you know, like to TC's point, how many people attended, high level, how many people are we hitting, and
Okay.
and then
Just where we focus our time, right?
yeah, 'cause this is great detail, so we'll communicate back to you on.
Perfect. Quality of life, item 5, we're gonna do a concentrated, sort of short-lived effort here to update our 2019 Quality of Life Workforce Attraction Plan. Staff's working on a survey that we can push out through all manner of connections that we have with all our partners. We're scheduled town hall open house kind of events, November 19 and 20, first one in Odin, second one here at the Davis County Museums. And it's, again, to get feedback from folks about things they're interested in to improve the quality of life. Following that, the note here about our intentions to apply for funding through the Department of Health for a bike and pedestrian improvement plan with money from the grant as well as from the foundation. A note here, Make My Move has been relatively successful here in the county. They have elected to change the threshold of that. It was a $50,000 salary to get into to benefit from the program. They moved it down to $40,000 and also reduced the stipend, which is the program basically gives an employee a stipend to help them relocate to the area if they take a job here. And ROI, our partners.
You know where that money comes from?
The state has a big pool of it.
It's not us, though.
Right.
Okay, good. 'Cause so many of these people are moving here regardless, and they're just like, oh, it's free money, and it's causational or relational, that
Yeah.
theory, you know, are we really causing them to move?
Right.
Or,
Well, and I think they get half. They got to stay for a year and then get the other half.
yeah,
So
but
it's a
most of
little
these
bit.
are probably intended on doing that.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
And ROI, we've been waiting for this for a year, but they're developing a regional arts and culture plan. Looking forward to getting that, pushing that out, and getting feedback from persons on that. And then the rest of the briefing there is just sort of a calendar of events and activities.
Okay.
That those are my prepared remarks this morning.
This was good.
Okay.
Good information on that.
A lot of detail, you know, it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't know what people do. So
You don't have that many hours in the day to keep track of all that?
get to the point, I'm in my 50s, I'm starting to care less, I guess, I don't know. Not about this stuff, but, and then that's where the commissioners, I think we're engaged, where we want to obviously be good partners. We've invested tens of millions of dollars through the organization over the past couple of decades. Having an economic development arm of the county is a necessary amenity that we have to have. And it's going to be, we got a lot of good data, a lot of good ideas of the data we want to see measured. Because if we can't measure it, it's really hard to manage, right? So what are the measurables? And let's just start with the easy stuff first. And like I discussed at the last board meeting at EDC, if we can't measure W Tech and MSC Tech, then we just need to dissolve the contract and just be done. Because if we can't measure those two, which are 100% here because of EDC, then the other ones are going to be much harder.
Sure.
So they made a commitment by the end of this year to have those measurements in place. And so yeah, so we can have another meeting. Maybe we can all come over to your boardroom and board members. And
My last comment would be site selection, site plans, us commissioners, council, all that, knowing what those sites are, knowing where we're focusing on, trying to get focused on that. So when a business does come in and they are all should be directed towards you, right? And we have that ready, available, and we're ready to move. Because to attract a business is one thing, but then to execute on that attraction of them actually coming to talk to us is a big deal. And so want to make sure that we have those ready, available, and plans. And that me and you've talked before. Infrastructure is a big deal, right? For that, And businesses get to choose where they want to plant, right? And we want them to choose here, and so we want to make it easy, and we want to make it ready for them to plant, so.
Very good.
Yeah, it's really an all of the above strategy. You know, businesses have to, they want to come to a place where it's easy to do business in.
Yeah.
They will come to a place that's safe. They will come to a place where they can find good team members. They want to come to a place where there's stuff to do. They want to come to a place where it's good, you know, it's on and on and on. And some of those we can control and some we can't control.
Right.
But I think just the communication between the different entities is improving, and we'll continue to evolve that.
Very good.
And Mike seconds all of what we just said.
Good. Yeah, so Mike will be on all three of those committees.
Yeah.
Any
If you
questions?
leave it, though.
Any questions for Bob?
No, great information.
Appreciate you being here, Bob.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, next up, we got the Health Department, Kelly Strader. You didn't make your husband leave, did you?
We have a grant request in for applying to the Indiana Department of Health. We received notice that the State Department of Health is offering a small pot of money for programming related to fatal injuries and programming for children 17 and younger. Our educator, Andrea Brown, already manages a safe sleep program, as well as we have a car seat program under her. We would like to ask for $10,000 to purchase cribs and car seats so she can disperse those after education's been completed. It's a reimbursable grant, no match, and see no issues in executing it.
Commissioners, any questions?
No, I think it's great. Pass out them car seats.
Yeah, I'd entertain a motion to approve the grant.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
A motion
Thank you
passes
guys.
Thank you, guys.
3-0. That's the old contract, so yeah, it's not the new one, or it's not the draft.
We're not approving that contract
Oh,
at this
no.
moment, right? Okay,
You
yeah.
guys have a copy of both
Yeah,
drafts.
yeah, right.
So that's, yeah, just provide your feedback on those via email, whatever. If we need to have I think we need to have like a working session.
I agree.
somewhere.
I agree.
So maybe we can get one of those on the calendar and
Sure.
talk about a few different topics, so.
You hear that, Jen? Yep.
So, yeah, we'll plan on that before the 25th meeting.
That expires at the end of the year,
Yeah,
correct?
it expires in the
And
year.
so that's our drop dead date, is the end of the year, right? Yep.
So, okay, next up, we got, I think the missed cell phone violator who's gonna buy us coffee after the meeting.
Rookie mistake. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
Teenage kids.
Yeah.
Think they can call you anytime they want. It's time for me to renew our residential new construction contract with Murray & Murray. They, as you can see, have done the work since 2008 at the same cost, $3,000 a month.
And still keeping it at that same cost, right?
Yeah, still keeping it the same cost, which I think is
Yeah.
great.
You don't hear that very often, so
No.
we're very thankful for
Yep.
that.
Yeah, Kim's been great to work with. Any questions?
He's
or
great
any-
to work with and does a good job for us.
Yeah, no, Kim's a good guy.
If there's no other questions, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, we got some reassessment bids.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Vanna, got a couple left in you?
And I'm hoping
Okay,
Vanna
okay.
will help me with this because
Yeah.
not done it before, so.
So we have received two different bids.
Can you explain what these bids are for everybody?
These are for commercial industrial reassessment and ratio studies.
So the first one we have is from Nexus Group. Crystal, do you want to come look at this?
Who do we use as of right, what was it, who got the last one? Nexus, correct?
this work plan, it would be for a 4-year period. Cost, is that what you want to know?
Yep.
Maximum cost is $178,000 with a total annual cost of $44,500.
And what are we currently paying?
I don't know off the top of my head.
You can get that to us.
Yeah, sorry. I want to say it's 36 off the top of my head. Don't
So they're not like Murray and Murray.
No.
This work is a little different.
This work is a little different,
It is.
obviously. We had to have boots on the ground with all of our commercial industrial properties. So. Okay, is that it?
Second bid, right?
The
Yeah,
second
second
bid is
bid.
from Tyler Technologies.
The back. Reassessment. Says maximum total cost, $415,680.
Not much difference. We were at 178.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we'll entertain a bid, take those under advisement to make sure the grant takes a look at them, and then we'll present those back.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. All right, thanks.
Thank you,
Chris.
Crystal.
Thank you. When did you say you would?
Let's do the first meeting of December.
Is that enough time?
Ish.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got the building permit interlocal agreement. Currently, we have used the city of Washington for our building permits when zoning was implemented in 2014, which was before all of us. That had a little bit of a domino impact, and we needed to have some building permit process, and so it was more cost effective at that time just to partner with the city of Washington and use their services. Since then, we've obviously continued to grow. We have more needs of the county, and we are evaluating the unsafe building ordinance as well, which we had looked into a number of years ago. So we think it's now a good opportunity for the county to bring the building permit into the county, couple it with the unsafe building, and then driveway permits, and et cetera, and run that through our highway department. We've got the personnel and the opportunity where we think we can get a little bit more for less, so to speak, but it'd just be more efficient for the county. So notified the city of our intent. Obviously, it's not official until this meeting. They had their council meeting last night, but we couldn't give them the official notice last night because we were outside of a meeting. So we've discussed this about issuing the 60-day notice to the city to let them know that come 1/1 we'll be bringing this in-house, and that we'll be hopefully be coordinating some training with the city so we can have a seamless transition. So
I think it makes sense for us as a county, where we're at, where we stand, to do that, and at the highway department, because they're already doing some permits there, with driveways and stuff.
No, I think at the highway department and the person there that's gonna take it over, say his name, Troy?
Yeah.
Troy Foose
Yeah.
is gonna do it. He's kind of works great with the community, with his background and everything. I think he'll do a great job at it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good opportunity, and just to really appreciate the city's cooperation and working with them, and making this easy for us 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So they've been a great partner. So with that being said, I'd entertain a motion to send the termination notice to the city of Washington.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. If we can remind Grant, there's a 60-day notice. Just want to make sure it's dated in case it's based off receipt. 60 days, so we need to send it over this week, yeah. All right, next up, we got the computer policy. So the computer policy, what the commissioners wanted to do is we got so many different departments that are autonomous and self-sufficient, which is wonderful. We want that to stay the exact same. However, when it comes to purchasing computers and so forth, God love you, but some of you all aren't IT experts, and we really need all departments to run all computer purchases through our IT department. So we're creating a policy that, in essence, no computer claims will be approved unless it runs through Dale for prior approval. So before you buy anything, order anything, get with Dale. He's got people that work for him as well. So we got the resources, but we wanted to officially put this on paper to just to let everyone countywide know that this will be the new policy.
It helps him just keep track of.
Yeah, we
what
got to
computers
streamline
we
all
have.
these assets.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
And this kind of started in our budget hearings with the council asking me, can we save money anywhere? And my answer was yes. You know, there's places we've got, in my opinion, more equipment than we need. And not that it's not being used, it was wanted, and they had the money for it, but not necessarily, we could accomplish the same thing with something maybe a little more cost effective. And I wanted this in place because I don't want to be the one walking in and say, I know I usually get you what you want, but now I'm going to have to just get you what you need. And
Yeah.
it wasn't just me saying that. It came from the starting at the council that day we sat in here at the budget hearings.
yeah, I think it's that's how most solutions get created, is based off of an issue in front of you.
So yeah, we'll work with them and make it as
Yeah.
easy on them as we can, but they're probably going to hear me say, no, we're going to do it this way instead of that way, and I just want them to be prepared before I have to walk in and say that.
I mean, you gotta go through Dale. I mean, anybody can come to me and say, I need a new computer, and I'm gonna say, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, what do we know?
Except for my wife. I
We
tell her no,
appreciate
but-
that. You do a good job, Dale.
I appreciate it, Dale. Any questions, commissioners?
No,
No.
sir.
Okay, if not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. All right, next up, we've got the claim single signature authorization. Since we do not have a meeting on November 11th, this authorizes the president of the board to sign the claims for that. So I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
A motion passes 3-0. All right, I'm going to slide in David Gray here, for number 11. He wanted to address the commissioners today as well. Morning, David.
Good morning. Yeah, I just wanted to stop in and let the commissioners know that my intention is to retire from Weights and Measures after 11 years. I've enjoyed working with everyone in Daviess County. I've met some great people out there, hardworking. I want to thank the past and present commissioners for their help and cooperation. The gals in the auditor's office, appreciate all their help, and I've already been upstairs and thanked them for their assistance. And I'll assist the commissioners in any way I can to find a replacement and move forward. So
Yeah, just let us know when you find one.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
Working on it.
I'm kidding. Dave called a few weeks ago, and I think he's been on board the entire time I've been on board, pretty much. And,
Yeah. I called Jen the other day and I said, how long has it been? Because 10, 9, 11 years? 11 years is what it was in August, I believe, so.
Yeah.
You've done a great job. You
Well,
really have.
it's been rewarding, it's part-time, but yet I enjoyed a lot of it and not too many problems, so, it's worked out really well. I just appreciate it. Things change, my life's changed. I'm getting older and it's time for me to do some things that I really want to do, so I appreciate your help.
Well, you've done a tremendous job. Anytime government goes into a private business and is
Right.
monitoring their
Oh, yeah.
scales, there's this little, this issue it could cause, but I've never
Sure.
received one call in my 11 years as
Mhm.
commissioner. You've always
Good.
been respectful, and sometimes people with governmental authority come in with a little chip on their shoulder.
Right,
And,
right.
You've never done that, so. But
Okay.
he does have a possible option that we need, if you
Yeah.
could connect me with that gentleman or
I will.
or whatever,
I
because
will.
we'll need to get rolling on that fairly
Yeah.
soon. So appreciate your work, your
Thank you.
dedication, Davies County. Have fun and
Mhm.
whatever you do in life.
Okay.
And, thank you for all you've done.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
I have received an amendment.
Oh, yes, for the REO
Oh.
amendment.
Yeah.
So been working with REO regarding 200 North for the restoration repair of that. We do have an amendment in place it's going to require a monthly payment starting in January 1st. And then it escalates in April. And then this is a 6-month extension, basically. The road has to be put in by December 15th. It clearly articulates that, and the language is proper here. So, been working with REO, obviously, the second or third cycle of people, which makes it a little bit more challenging. But the road is, the cut-around road is put in, it's currently in dirt. By December 15th, it will be in gravel so that motorists can pass through 200 North. And then the complete road, paved and ready to go, will be put in place no later than June 2026. So that's the agreement that we got. And if there's any discussion?
No, that's,
I'll make a motion to approve that agreement.
Okay, motion made by Commissioner Cook. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Keith. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 3-0. Excellent. Anything from the audience, commissioners? All right, I'd entertain a motion to approve payroll claims and to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Keith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second